Hi, my name's Dave, and this is my first logbook for Motherfigure, the drama play. Okay, so what did we do at the start of 2 weeks? We read through Motherfigure. That basically we just looked at the lines, see what they were saying, how they said it, and see if that initial responses to the characters and what we thought about them, so to speak. With my character, I obviously picked up straight away that he was sexist and a bit of a pig, to put it bluntly. And obviously the other two did that for their characters, and we just sort of generally got a perception of the characters and how they played. So then MJ cast it for us. Now, seeing as only one bloke in the play, funnily enough, I got to play him. Funny how that works, isn't it? So yeah, I played Terry. Rosemary plays Rose plays Rosemary. Oh god. Then Chloe played Lucy. I think the casting was really good. It was really only decided between those two because I didn't have much choice. So yeah, I think Chloe was a really good Lucy and Rose was a really good Rosemary. They just sort of played their characters very well. Not saying it's necessarily like them. I'm just saying they played their characters quite effectively. So let's talk a bit about Motherfigure. So what is Motherfigure? Motherfigure is a play about 3 people: Lucy, Terry, Rosemary. Terry is the husband, which is my character. He's a bit of a sexist, a bit of a pig, a bit of a lazy sod, and he just generally gets what he wants, does what he wants. And if someone don't agree with him, he ain't happy. He's not happy chappy. He doesn't like being told what to do at all. He likes to be the one telling people what to do. And yeah, generally, bit of a sod. So Rosemary is Terry's wife. She is very reserved, I think is the best word, because she's not shy that she's not going to say anything and not speak to people, but she's not loud and obnoxious, which Terry is more similar to. She can talk. She makes polite conversation. She's very good at small talk. But she doesn't really go full out it's really hard to explain how I started. She doesn't really go all in there. She's not instantly jumping on the settee and how's it going? How you doing? Oh, alright, thanks for asking. She's Danny Dyer now apparently as well, but that's a really bad Danny Dyer impression. But yeah, she's quite reserved. When she's told to sit down, she'll sit down. When she is asked for a drink, she'll have a drink. She's just not one to go, oh, if I sit down, oh, can I have a drink? If you get what I mean. So about the actual play itself. Oh, sorry, I forgot to talk about Lucy. Lucy is the mother of 3 children whose husband is off gallivanting in Middlesbrough, which is said later in the play. I think this has affected her quite a lot because she just sort of seems to mother everyone, including Lucy and Terry. And she's just sort of it just feels like she's got some underlying issues which is not really covered in the play a lot, which I find quite weird. But anyway, I didn't write it. I can't change it now. Anyway, so let's talk about the play itself. So it's a comedy. It's observational comedy as well. So it's not just all one-liners and stuff like that, and it's not slapstick. So it's not sort of Chaplin or Benny Hill. So it's Freddie Hill, Benny Hill. So it's more based on imagine if you went to go see a comedian. A lot of comedians do observational comedy. So if you went to go see. Imagine if you went to go see a comedian, except obviously not so in touch with the audience, and you're just watching it, and it's just making fun and satirizing things you see in everyday life. It's a 15-minute play, and it's equally balanced, which means there's the same amount of scenes in each act, and there being only one act, it's very hard to have more than one scenes in the second, more than the scenes of the first act there is in the second act. So, but yeah, it is equally balanced. So we chose to go for a simple set for our piece because, well, we could really go for the all-out. Oh, we're gonna get everything. We're gonna get a door made. We're gonna get all this, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. As long as you can convey what you want with the props you've got, that's all you really need to do. Is we're marked on the acting, not about our set. Well, obviously a little bit on set design, but and props, but we're more marked on what we say and what we do with those props, rather than having good props or a good set. So we chose to also. It's also a naturalistic play. That means it's unlike Metamorphosis, which I've obviously discussed earlier in the year. It's more focused on realism and keeping to the natural form, rather than Metamorphosis, which was surreal and yeah, was more symbolic in nature. Whereas this is just, what you see is what you get, basically. So obviously this thing is Stanislavski. I said that right. Yeah, so this is Stanislavski's theory or theorem, whichever you want to use. And that's how that relates to the play. So moving on to the next part. What your specific focus for these weeks is? And how did you develop? So my specific focus was, I think the same as everyone's, was just getting the character and getting how the character thought and felt, and really getting into character, basically, because that's really the key to starting off well. If you start off well and get into character, then the rest will come. Learning lines will come. The actions, remembering things will come. If you just, as long as you get into character and get into what that character would do, it makes the acting easier, essentially. So yeah, that was my specific focuses. What were you pleased with that you did these weeks, and why? I felt I really, I'm trying to think of this, sort of connected with the character Terry, because obviously I know people like that. I'm sure everyone knows someone like that, because that's the point of observational comedy. Or every character, you know someone who's like them, except Sam Lucy. I don't think many people know someone like her. Anyway, yeah, I sort of really got to grips with the character of Terry, because it's just, as long as you have a basis to work from, which obviously I do because I know someone like that. As long as you have a basis to work from, it's sort of makes the getting into character and getting into the role a lot easier if you have a starting block to work from. So base yourself on a real person. So yeah, what do you want to achieve by the end of the next 2 weeks? Obviously, I want to fully get into character, get into the role. I want to know quite a lot of my lines, to be fair, because we've only got like 6 weeks, which is just grand. So it's just all about learning the lines as quick as possible, because then you can get down to doing stuff like actions, enhancing your performance, stuff like that. So that's really what you want to get down to the nitty gritty of doing. Is there anything else I wish to add? No, there's not, because we haven't started doing things like music and stuff. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Part 2 will follow shortly, and then after that, part 3. Thank you for watching.